now tuned into the motherfucking greatest. Turn the music up in the headphones.
I was going to mention that I know that when Chad put the invite on Facebook, he said that come out and check out all the debauchery. And I told Krista, I don't use that word a lot, debauchery. It's probably underused by everyone. But when you do use it, it has more impact. So, yeah, it's next week. Like Chad said, it might get silly.
Labor Day always gets crazy around here.
It better get silly.
We have an annual get together. We get in the backyard. We throw washers, drink beer. We throw monkey balls, or what's it called, a hillbilly golf or something. I call it monkey balls.
We've been part of stuff that's happened on Labor Day that we're probably really glad that we didn't have on tape and saved
we're
for anybody else to listen to. So the picnic is going to be going on this weekend, Chuck.
We're a block from the Labor Day picnic, which is my favorite thing in the world.
I know. Isn't it awesome?
Last Labor Day, I got kicked out forever.
Yes.
But I'm going to go back this year.
Labor Day picnic is kind of, for people that don't know, it's kind of like the county fair, somewhat, but it's all centered around beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beer gardens, and I got kicked out forever last weekend.
You've done a lot of crazy shit around Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
We had house decorations for a while because of Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. I just started ripping all the beer flags off of everything and just running out with it.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "It's fine, it's fine."
I was ripping all those beer flags off. And the beer guys go, "What the hell are you doing?" I go, "It's fine, don't worry about it, buddy." I just kept ripping them off.
They just let him go.
I used to hate Labor Day weekend because when I lived with Chuck, I knew when he'd come home, I'd have to babysit him.
Like at 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, early.
Right.
Labor Day, it's the greatest fucking weekend of the year, man.
I like it too, though.
It's amazing how that one little festival, that's all Deloge really has to call its own.
Yeah.
But man, it gets out of hand.
Yeah, you're lucky the fantasy draft goes on Labor Day weekend now, because I used to be in the washer tournament.
Right.
And that always ended badly because I'd stay in it for so fucking long.
Right.
Like 10 hours of washers, and I'd be fucked up bad.
Yeah.
So I've jokingly kind of said a couple of times that the Chris Sabo Power Hour sometimes turns into the Chris Sabo Power Hour and a half. And but next week we might have to bring you
the Chris Sabo 4 hour.
The Chris Sabo Power, few hours at least.
It's going to be bad news.
We're going to have a good time next weekend. We've got friends coming in from all over the country. Josh is going to be here from New Jersey. He's going to join us, and we're going to have a good time next weekend. We're looking forward to that. But
we're going to have a lot of guests, too. Just anybody here that wants to get on mic, we'll probably have them on and have them say whatever they want.
I didn't blow him. He blew me.
Oh, Mike got in on that one.
All right. Mike is here. Can we give out his legal name, or are we just going to call him?
He's a celebrity. I guess we probably could. Let's not, though.
Okay.
We don't want the paparazzi here or anything.
Heretofore, we will refer to him as Dick Brick.
Dick Brick's real name is Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Our buddy Twan came up with the name Dick Brick, and I think is pretty appropriate because I used to work with Mike, so I've known Mike for a long time. But when you guys first met Mike through me, I had to tell you a little background on Mike.
And he was a fucking home run.
He was.
Hit it out of the park right off the bat, right.
And that's the night I think we came up with the name Dick Brick, and it's pretty appropriate because.
Dwayne, are you bored? Dwayne's fucking drawing pictures over here.
I'm coloring.
Of a brick?
Coloring?
Of nothing.
So, yeah, our buddy.
That was my autograph. I just filled in the circles. So, kind of explain to us, well, folks, I guess I can explain it, or any of us could explain it really easily. You ever seen Old School?
Yeah, no shit.
Somebody take it from there.
Let Mike tell it.
Mike, tell a story.
Mike, how'd you get the nickname Dick Brick?
From throwing a brick off the top of the house.
And that's it?
Just no big deal, huh? Mike was fucking by himself. Okay, picture this, okay? Mike is by himself, sober, at his parents' house.
Hold on 1 second, Chuck. Sorry to interrupt. Is there anybody here who don't know why we call him Dick Brick? They're about to find out? Yes. There's a few.
Oh.
There's a few. They're about to find out.
Okay, so Mike is by himself at his house for absolutely no reason. Not drunk. I mean, who the fuck? He's probably watching Full House or some shit. He gets the idea to tie a rope around his dick.
A rope.
A rope.
Not a string.
Not a string. A fucking rope. He goes in his... Now, this is how much thought. He has to take a ladder out of his garage, put it against his house, walk all the way up to the fucking roof, tie a rope around his dick and a rope around a brick, and toss it off the side. Now he's sober.
He's sober, and he's what, 13 when he does that?
Of course not.
no.
He's like 26.
He's 26. He lives with his parents.
How long ago, from where we're at right now, today
How old are
is
you right now?
31.
August 27th,
5 fucking years
2010.
ago he did this.
It was 5 years ago. 5 years ago?
Hey, so
I'm sure
so
that-
when you threw it off the side, did the of course you didn't have like a fucking
Plan?
Boy Scout knot around your dick. It probably slid right off the end, right?
I didn't have a Boy Scout tie, no.
Did the rope slide off the end of your dick? Is what I'm asking.
No,
It
it didn't.
hung there.
Yep,
You were hanging a brick off your dick off
Yep.
the top of the house.
yep.
You had to measure how far it was to the ground. You had to make sure.
Hey, how
That-
far was the rope? That's a good question. Was it like 2 feet or like close to the ground, or what? What'd you think on that?
It was down towards my feet.
It was down towards your feet.
Why the fuck did you just stand on a brick?
Wait.
Why'd you have to get on the side of the house?
Right.
You could have stood
That was
on a
my
brick.
question. Why did the house play a factor in this now?
Why'd you have
That
to
was
stand 120 feet in the air?
That
He
was
wanted-
like
he
that
wanted
was
an
like-
audience.
That was like adding an extra step. Like he could have just like gone off the back deck or
Yeah.
something and done this, but he was
Imagine-
like, no. I want to get the fucking ladder out of the garage and
Imagine
do this right.
driving by seeing this guy trying to balance himself because the brick's swinging.
Yeah.
Or it hit the house. I don't know. I don't know.
Was there any structural damage done to the house when you dropped the brick?
No.
Was there any structural damage done to your cock? How much cock do you think is inside of you that you could have pulled out?
Not very much.
I guess we're missing the obvious question here, though. Did it work? Did it grow any?
No, it doesn't.
I mean, that was the idea, right? To make it longer,
yeah.
I guess.
If the rope was down to your ankles, like you're saying, why did you climb to the top of the house? You could have stood on the couch. You could have stood on the love seat in the front room. Am I wrong? I mean, you could have stood on the coffee table.
Yeah, I could have, but I wanted to try on top of the house.
So
That's the greatest thing.
I worked with Mike for a little bit. And I knew he was a character, right? And somehow this story came up at work.
How does that come up?
I don't even know. I don't remember. I wish I did remember. I don't remember at all.
Why did you tell anybody this story, man?
I figured it'd be funny.
It was funny. You're
Oh.
right. You were right about that.
Let me
He's
tell
right.
you what, you hit a fucking home run with that one.
Right. Chuck was thinking about doing stand-up just one segment ago, but he's like, I can't fucking top
Yeah,
that.
that's
How am I
like
gonna
saying the
top that?
mushroom and Swiss burger at Hardee's might be good. No, it's fucking delicious, Mike. It's delicious. Jesus
Whoa.
Christ.
Did Chuck get an endorsement deal this week that we don't know about?
Oh, what? You talking about this Hardee's tattoo?
Chuck's got a Hardy shirt, hat.
I got Carl Jr. on my
Right.
what do you call it?
tramp
stamp?
Tramp stamp. I got tramp stamp Carl Jr. But on my shoulders, Hardee's.
He's doing deals behind our backs.
So, right. Chuck is getting rich off of this. Who knew? So, I want to talk about the evolution of this idea. Like, were you in your room? I mean,
Did
were
you see it on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
I mean,
inspired it?
What did you think?
I was bored in my room, and I figured
I've been no. Look, that's the thing. I've been bored. Okay?
I'm a little bored now.
I'm bored. Like I was just coloring a while ago. You know, I've
Sure
been
was.
bored before, right? I've never been that bored. Like
mean,
you
that-
could, like there wasn't a PlayStation game to play or nothing.
no,
There wasn't anything on TV.
no.
What made you think that it would grow?
I figured I'd try to test it out as far as possible, but
No, I mean, like, did you see something that made you think, okay, if I do that also, mine will grow too? Like I would think maybe I could cuss at it and it would grow.
You know what?
Yeah, I've tried hitting it. I tried yelling at it. I've tried cussing it.
yeah.
I know exactly where he got the idea. National Geographic Channel with the hoops, the ladies with the hoops and earrings, and their earrings
Stretch it
their
out.
ears stretch out.
That does bring up a good point because if you show a white girl naked on TV, that's pornography. But if you show a black girl naked on TV, that's just National Geographic.
Yeah, no kidding.
That ain't right.
But I love that it's premeditated. I mean, this
Whoa.
took
Yeah.
some planning, some ideas, some follow through.
Like I can almost picture like you're like walking out to the ladder and like you put the ladder up against the house. You're like, oh shit, I forgot the brick.
Hey.
You gotta go back.
I'm
And you're
just
like,
thinking of something. it's all about how nice the tits are. If it's pornographic on TV, like you could show like surgery and shit.
you're still on the National Geographic?
No,
thing.
this
Okay.
made me think. Like if it's nasty tits, like African tits or surgery tits, they can show it. But if it's nice, perky tits, they can't show it.
Who deemed
It's
those
all
tits
about-
nasty?
Who?
The 12-year-old Chad didn't. I pulled off to that shit too. Sorry, hon.
That was before.
But yeah, it's all about how nice the tits are if they're pornographic. It's like a racist comment. If it's really funny, it's not racist. But if it's not funny, it's fucking way
You
racist.
made up that rule too.
Oh, I did. No, that's the real rule.
So
Okay.
did you have to test out different kinds of knots to make sure that it was going to stay attached, or?
Yeah, how'd you get it to stay on the first? Because I would have thought that right when you threw the brick, it would slip off the end of the cock and just rub the head raw on the way off.
My thought's this.
Okay, like rope burn on your cock would really fucking
That's
hurt.
what I'm saying,
It would
and
hurt.
especially on the head.
Right.
Here's my thought. If it's big enough to tie rope around it, you don't need to throw anything off the roof. I think you're all right. I don't think you needed the roof at the time.
So we're on the roof. Okay.
We've made it
Sure
that far.
is.
At any point, did it ever occur to you, man, this is probably not a very good idea? Did you think about that? Like, I'm not going to do this.
That's what I thought before I threw the rope down.
With the rope, like the brick is like in midair, and it's getting ready to snap tight, and you're like, this was a bad idea.
Hey, did you have to lean back so you wouldn't fall off the side of the roof?
Yeah, I leaned back
Were you on your feet or your knees?
on my feet.
And why the roof? Really?
I'd sell my house to see that.
Oh, to be a mosquito biting his fucking shoulder at that time, I would have died. I would have
The
loved it.
mosquito biting his shoulder was like, what in the fuck
Is
is this
he
guy
doing?
Where was your
This
closest?
is delicious, but what's he doing?
Where's your closest neighbor at the time?
Look at that guy.
I mean, are they in viewing distance of your house?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wait a minute. You're not like out on a fucking farm or something?
You're in
right
town?
next to another
you're not,
house?
You're not in
Yeah.
town, right?
Yeah.
Are you visible?
Yep.
You're right off the front of the fucking house.
There were
Giving her hell.
911 calls made about. I got some fucking fruit up on top of his roof with a brick and a dick.
Fuck that! I get a camera for YouTube. This is the greatest
Like
thing
I
ever.
want to know, like I just don't know how like you're laying you're laying on the couch watching TV, or you're laying in your bedroom watching TV, or whatever you're doing. You know, like
I had a penis pump first, but
This is a new thing to the story.
that. I did not know this.
Are
I
you
did not.
shitting me? You put it in a penis butt. What made you think to put? What were you watching? Porn? Brady Bunch? What were you watching?
wasn't watching nothing.
You was staring at a wall.
Dukes of Hazzard. They just watching.
You
TV.
were staring at a fucking wall, and you go, "I'm gonna put my prick in a penis pump."
I don't doubt that. I mean, he might have been staring at the wall.
Something has to trigger my thoughts. I mean, I don't just look at the wall and go,
I was bored. And
"I'm gonna put my dick in something."
Well, hey,
Dude,
I don't think any of us do
understand.
that.
Okay, like we've all been bored. Okay, I've been bored before.
Well, it's not even that. We've all wanted our dick bigger too.
Right. Right.
Oh,
I just never thought I could
Yes, I
combine
sure
the two. Being bored and wanting my dick bigger. I
This
didn't know
is the
that. I didn't know
boredest
they
I've
could,
ever
it was,
been, and I want my
That's-
dick bigger.
That's synergy right there. You know, that's making the most of your time. Because hey, you know, we should probably mention that Dick Brick is a go-getter. I mean, he is like Dick Brick. Like somebody says, "Hey, man, you won't go try out for a Major League Baseball team." What does this guy do? He goes and tries out for a fucking Major League Baseball team. NASCAR, he's like, hey, man, I bet I could be a pit crew guy for NASCAR. Most guys just sit there and watch the race and think that to themselves. This fucker went to school for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he is not gonna, he's like one of those like really aggressive. If he has a goal, he sets out to accomplish that goal. And the goal of the day was to make his dick bigger.
I agree with you. He is a go-getter. I mean,
And
for
that-
real.
That's
yeah.
like
I never chase my dreams. I think of them, but I
Okay.
never chase them.
Yeah.
so the brick is dangling and the dick isn't growing.
Where do you go from there?
Yeah, right. Like
How
you
long
think-
do you let
I mean,
them?
right?
back
Like,
up?
I mean, okay. The easiest question in the world to ever. I've done a lot of interviews with a lot of different people, but this is the easiest question I've ever asked. Did it hurt?
It hurt bad.
But how long?
That
do you
might be
let
the
it,
best answer I've ever got from any interview.
But how
ever.
long do you let it
quick,
hang
too.
there
It hurt
before
bad.
you go? I'm gonna go ahead and reel this fucking thing in.
About a minute.
About a minute?
I tell you what, I wouldn't have lasted that long.
No.
I'd been
no.
wrangling
Where did
it
you
back
buy the
in.
penis pump? I mean, where did you buy the penis pump? Dr. John's?
Oh, dude, I totally would take that back. I tried this. I tried a fucking brick. Nothing. I want my money back.
Yeah, I got through the mail.
Through the mail? How much you pay for it?
Probably $20.
Have you tried since that day? Have you tried to make your dick
I have a
bigger
brick
in any
over
other
here.
way?
No, I haven't.
You haven't tried the extends?
No.
I got-
Or your wife laughed out loud when we said that. That's not a good sign.
Wife, is his dick that big or that small that he would need it extended?
Yes.
Is it really? Oh!
No.
Chuck, don't ask Sarah that question, please.
Sarah is wasted enough to answer it tonight.
I'd like everybody to know that I measured it last year. I think we were all present when I measured it last year. It was 6.5 inches. I'm doing fine.
Way to go.
Way to go. That's above average, I think.
That is average.
Yeah.
I didn't. You measured Mike?
I measured myself.
Oh, okay. We got to.
And I'm
that
thick.
bears the
I'm
question.
Real thick too.
Did you measure it before and measure it after?
Yeah, I measured.
All right. But you were too
You
sore to
did
measure
research?
after?
I was hurting too bad and measured after.
He
Hey, you just swell up? Like you heard it?
What kind of repercussions, I
It
guess?
didn't swell up.
Like,
About ripped the skin off of it.
oh.
Did you tie it all the way back at the shaft?
Did you get rope burn on
What
your
you
dick?
think was going to happen on
You
there?
really, seriously, did you get that on there?
A little bit.
Hey, did you tie it around the head or back at the shaft, like near the fat pad?
By the fat pad.
What? No, you tie it by the head. Put me on the phone.
Now he's got
telling you.
advice on how to make this work.
There's no. Of course, it's not going to work.
Chuck's pissed where he tied it.
Juan's going to go home from work one day next week, and Chuck's going to be in the fetal position on the roof.
First
I
of
knew I
all,
could make it
I
work.
thought about this. I would be on my knees on the roof, and I would gently push it over the side. I'd definitely be sitting on my knees on the roof.
Would you just let it?
No, not at the all the way to the fat pad. You need to tie it around the head.
I understand the logic in that though, because
Do ya?
if it starts
You do.
moving down, if it's on the head, it's just gonna fall right off. You know what I mean? If the rope gives way,
It's got a
any-
rib.
You considered that, didn't you? You thought about that. You're like,
Yeah.
wait.
The head's got a rib on it.
If
What?
it Fall right over that rib.
It's ribbed. The top of the head is ribbed.
For her pleasure.
Oh, you're talking about the base
I think
of
if
the
you
head.
tug it at the end, it's gonna extend more.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. You're
Not way back by the fucking fat pad.
You're talking about tying it at the base of the head.
Yes. And he's talking about tying it all the way back at the fat pad.
I would
All the
probably,
way back at the body.
I'd probably do it
But
at the
the rope
fat
slides
pad
down
just
to
in
the
case
head
it starts moving in it.
Whenever you throw it down.
But
Did you
but the
drop
rope's
it?
going to be bigger. It's going to slide right off the fucking end. Tie it on the rib by the head.
I don't think
and
the
then just-
logistics of how he did it is the important
It
part of the
is.
story. It is?
This will.
I mean,
get-
that
I
he
think
did
so.
it is the fucking thing, right? Like, did you just, like, have the brick in your hand and just let it go, or did you lower it down?
I threw
That's
it
what
down.
we went.
I
You threw it down?
Yeah.
But that's what I was
You
asking. Did he
threw it?
kick it off, or did he lower
I
it
didn't throw it
down?
real hard, but
No, I would
threw
have,
it.
like, gently, like, I'm saying, like, what I would have done. Like, this would ever fucking come up, you know?
Gosh.
No,
But,
that's
like,
what I asked earlier. If he kicked it off, or if he
I let
just
it-
put it down.
I dropped it from my waist down.
Why don't we take a break and come back, and we got a little something planned for Chuck.
Yeah.
We'll be back after this.